So, welcome back to a brand new episode. Now, listen, I know it's been a minute, you guys. Things got really busy. I do apologize. But we are going to finish this. We are going to finish it. I don't care if it takes me until season 7 comes out. We're finishing this. To be honest, we might just kind of breeze through the episodes. I think we're going to reformat it a bit. I don't necessarily want to be focusing in on just the drama and the backstage of it all the entire time. So we might just become a looks review channel over here. But we will finish off this season, guys. Just bear with me. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Let me know your thoughts, like and subscribe, all that. So this episode is season 6, episode 9, The Boulet Brothers Dragula. This is the Dead by Daylight challenge. This is the first time that we've ever gotten really a challenge like this. I mean, they've collaborated with like Heavy Metal Magazine and Fangoria. So there's stuff like that, but we've never really gotten something this major. And we will get into that. So yeah. Also, fair warning, I did get the reaction kind of part of the review filmed. That was like days ago. So I do apologize, different outfit. Hopefully it's not too confusing. But yeah, also, special thank you shout out to Andrea, who crocheted a bunch. There's one up here too. Hold on. She also crocheted a hat as well, like a little beanie for me. Potted plants. Isn't that freaking incredible? And they come out too. Like, let me tell you, I got some of the coolest freaking subscribers out there. This is dope. Thank you so much once again, hun. I truly do appreciate this. I love little homemade crafts and whatnot. It's adorable. So, with that, let's head over to the Boulets intro for this week's episode.
Another moonlit night in our twisted playground.
And this week, the only thing more dangerous than the darkness is what lurks within it.
Our catatonic contestants are about to experience a night of heart-pounding chases, deadly traps, and terrifyingly close calls.
Okay.
They'll need more than luck to survive this twisted realm. They'll need both the cunning of a survivor and the brutality of a killer.
It's a night where...
Now, see, I didn't play Dead by Daylight, but I did play Friday the 13th when that was a thing, when the servers were still up. I think they are now, but I could have sworn they stopped the gameplay. I don't know. When I went back in years after, when I really used to play it, the servers were just dead. There was no one in there to multi-game with. So, yeah, rest in peace. But that game gave me such bad anxiety, dude.
Every scream echoes through the trees, and every step
Could be their last.
The rules are simple. Survive or be devoured.
Okay, work, divas.
And remember, in this deadly game, death is not an escape. It's just the beginning.
I'm excited for this one, you guys. I've been waiting on this one for a while because we heard about it months ago that this was going to be happening. So the queens do enter into the laboratory, and there is drama this episode, specifically between Yuri and Auntie. We can get into a little bit, but I really don't want to be focusing on all of this other stuff. Like, let's just get to the meat and bones of the episode, right? But there is that. It seems like it started off as a misunderstanding. Like, Yuri and Auntie just weren't too sure of each other. They seem to work that out, but then later in the episode, they're right back at each other's throats. So, I don't understand. They're an interesting dynamic. But yeah, so there's a bit of messy drama, whatever. Auntie is the queen to return, so Pi was eliminated, unfortunately. Listen, guys, it's getting down to the wire, okay? It really is. I think it could have been either of them, to be honest. I don't necessarily think track record was playing much into it. But it's very obvious that Auntie is like a favorite, I would say. So with that, let's head on over to the challenge intro for the week. Like I said, we're going to breeze right on through this, guys.
This week's floor show is a big one, as we are joined by the creators of our favorite horror video game, Dead by Daylight, for our very first Dead by Daylight challenge.
Now, they said very first. Does this mean there's going to be more? That'd be so fun.
Dead by Daylight. For this week's challenge, you must conceptualize and create a character fit for our new fictional Dead by Daylight expansion, Cryptids and Urban Myths.
That is fucking cool.
See, the fact that no one did a werewolf, I'm a little bummed. I'm sorry. That's why I like Greys so much.
All over the world, small towns and cities have their own unique stories about creatures that terrorize the locals. From Bigfoot to the Mothman to the...
Although, if I were to choose one, I would go with the Vermont one. I feel like the obvious choice would be Champ, the lake monster, but that would be hard to pull off. What could be fun, though, is there is a legend of a pig man. Terrified the shit out of me when I first heard about it. I still think it's so freaking creepy. But, yeah. I forget where it is. It's in more like central Vermont, I think. Do a pig man? That'd be fun. Feel like it would be a little bit similar to like Vivi's 4th of July or Dolly's pig during season 2, but just make it extra creepy.
Jersey Devil and whatever Abora was supposed to
Jersey Devil.
be in Titans. We want you to draw inspiration from an established cryptid or urban myth and recreate their look.
This is a fun challenge. I wish they did something like this earlier in the season so we got more looks, because this is such a fun challenge. I would like to see more of this, like, reinterpreting legends and myths as looks, because that'd be so good.
Remember, this is an official Dead by Daylight challenge, so your creature must also have the look, feel, and texture of a killer that would actually fit within the game, and they must also have their own signature kill move.
Whoever has the highest score
I love how they're looking around like they haven't had these looks planned for months.
by the end of this game will have their look created and featured as a wearable in-game outfit within Dead by Daylight.
That's crazy.
Alongside looks from the game's first official horror hosts, us, the Boulet brothers.
See, that's just so cool that the worlds are crossing like this. Like, come on. When I tell you, I have been so thankful that for pretty much all 6 seasons, except for the very first Fright Feet on season 4, that was something else. Or no, season 3. It was season 3. Sorry. Spiders, y'all. I hate it. And you're gonna see that. Having to rewatch this episode multiple times killed me. I eventually just started fast forwarding through this stuff. But yeah, let's go check out the Fright Feet. Now, pre-warning, I really hate spiders, like a lot, so, yeah.
Oh no! Not good to see you again. Oh no. There is a lot of them. I did not expect so many. They do not want to be here. The Fright Feet this week is we have to put our hands in...
I'd be having a real hard time, you guys. A really hard time. I know they've done spider stuff before. Never tarantulas. Like,
Inside a box of tarantulas. Oh.
Remember when Landon had to eat the, like, chalice of live spiders? I feel like they wouldn't do that nowadays, but...
Listen, I am...
blindfolded too? Fuck off. I hate it. I hate this. Oh my god.
Terrified of this fright fee. I don't like anything that's small and can crawl in your orifices or all on your body, so I'm terrified going into this fright fee. Oh my fucking god, this is 10 times scarier when you can't see what's going on. Having owned tarantulas as pets, I do not feel comfortable coming at them blind, because if you're coming at them from the front, you could really scare them and they could bite you.
What I will say though, little fun fact, all of these tarantulas were rehomed to people that work on production. So they all went to loving homes afterwards. No one got bit, nothing like that. But just they're so big.
God, what the fuck is that? Oh, God. I don't love tarantulas. Tarantulas are 8-legged freaks.
I hate this. I hate this challenge, you guys. Like, and
they're furry, and I just don't trust them. Oh, this got too real.
the moss, too. Like, you know that the moss is going to be freaking them out also. Just any texture in there, dude. Ugh. Oh my god.
It's a big spider. Oh. Yuri is fumbling the bag.
Not her almost pulling the box with her. Oh my god. Honestly, girl, I feel you. But you live in New Zealand. I know y'all got some nasty ones out there.
Reaching into this tarantula tank. She is making them scared. I'm freaking out.
You wouldn't want to go after Yuri. Imagine. I mean, I wouldn't want to be Yuri, but you wouldn't want to go after her now that they're all rustled up and agitated.
Anything I touch at this point, I'm touching moss, I'm touching
She touched it right on the back.
tarantulas, I'm literally touching anything besides the cartridge. I feel something. Asia is touching every single tarantula, every leg.
She's just making sure she finds all of them.
And I just have the heebie-jeebies. I'm feeling, I don't know what, some fuzzy, some squishy. I don't like the feeling of none of this shit.
I hate this, you guys. I hate this. Let me tell you, when this episode first aired and I saw this was the challenge, I specifically dreaded having to do a reaction to it, because, I'm fine with literally just about anything except spiders.
Oh, what? Give me this fucking cartridge and get me out of here.
Grace seemed to do that really quickly.
Oh my god. Putting my hand in the tarantula tank was not on my list of shit.
I love how just right in the front. So she just went right past it, felt every single spider in there, and then came back to the front and found it. I'd be so pissed.
But I am so glad that it is over with, and I'm still in the competition. Is there anything back here? Oh. I'm so happy that this is finally done because I did not like this at all.
That's so disgusting.
Oh, that was our chance to get rid of her. Oh my god, we did it. We're all still here, unfortunately. That was a lovely experience that I do not want to do again.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead doing that.
And of course, everyone stays. No one's getting eliminated.
I don't think anyone's ever been eliminated from the fright feat. No. It's always like a threat, but everyone always does it. Just like everyone always does the exterminations. Well, not everyone. Valencia. I really think Valencia could have really gone far if she had just done that extermination, but So then, of course, the girls are all working on their looks and whatnot. Asia, I would say, is probably the most prepared out of all of them. You can tell she knows the game. She knows just like what she's going for. Right out the gate, I can't help but think like this is Asia's. This is Asia's challenge. She was like, I love Dead by Daylight, played it all the time. You know she's going to win. There's also, once again, during the little them getting ready portion, more conflict between Yuri and Auntie, which, like, I want to say I understand both sides or both arguments that are presented in this segment of, like, Yuri, who has such a rich cultural background, but to be fair, she doesn't feel connected to it. They had to choose a cryptid, a known mythological creature, preferably, I guess, like where you're from, right? That represents you and your drag. And why she went with a mud mermaid from Illinois, but it seemed really odd, right? And then Auntie was just kind of confused, I guess, about like, what's your angle, girl? Why? But they questioned Yuri about it, but not really that hard. I mean, the interpretation was choose a cryptid. She chose one. It just happened to be from Illinois. But I also did notice that they did not film gray matter, like getting ready or talking very much. They showed him like painting some of his prosthetic, but that's it. Everyone else, we got a pretty clear concept of what they were doing, except for Gray. So maybe there's a bit of a surprise in there. So next day, there is more like, it's such a complicated relationship. There's more soft and caring time being spent with Yuri and Auntie together during this episode, and it all just seems to crumble apart at the very end, like when they're put under the magnifying glass, you know? And it's unfortunate to see because they seem to really start to support each other, help each other, and then what happens. So I'm not too sure, but Yuri does also discuss her Maori heritage and the want to learn more about that. I get that. And I think it was nice. Like, we've gotten to see Yuri open up, but I don't know. It's just like each episode kind of reveals a new layer to who the artist behind Yuri is, you know? And with that, like I said, we're breezing on through. Let's head over and get ready for the floor show. Yo, we get more of the prosthetic looks. Work. I think it's kind of giving Gremlin a bit, but could you imagine having to get into a latex like gown like that after having to put on all that makeup? That's what the assistants are for. So freaking good. We've never seen the Boulets in a look like this before. It's chef's kiss, ladies. So, guys, judges for this episode are Season 5 winner Neoharu X and the game director of Dead by Daylight, Matthew Cote. Alrighty, so breaking down some of these looks, we have Asia Consent. This feels the most on brand for the game. Now, I'm sure I probably already said it before in this video. I have not played Dead by Daylight, but I know the game. I know, like, the vibe, I guess. I know what it consists of. This feels the most on brand for it. Plus, it's good. It's good. I mean, I think it's a bit of a precedent that we're facing where we're seeing a major drag collab with a major gaming collab like this. And I liked all the other looks, but like, how would they necessarily get the likeness to some of these girls unless they're just going off of the characters they created? This feels like it can just go right into the world, doesn't need any more redesigning or anything. And that part I like. And we're just going to be talking about the looks. We're not getting into the performances of it all. But she did good there too. Up next is Gray Matter. I love this. I love this. I mean, they said it was like kind of cryptozoology-ish, like tales to tell around the campfire kind of vibes. This is one of those. All the others felt either made up by themselves or just too out there. But this, like, it gives me that cryptid vibe that I really wanted from these looks. Because I feel like no one else really did something like this, like a creature feature kind of thing. I think it's also the scariest. It's so creepy. It's so good. Was a little disappointed to find out that it's a latex bodysuit he's wearing. But whatever. It looks good though. And once again, maybe could have done different shoes, had the real goat aesthetic going for it, but that's a nitpick. I just love it. It's so creepy and terrifying. Up next is Auntie. I'm going to be honest, this one didn't really blow me out of the water for her. I feel like Auntie could do better. And I don't know. I think I know it's a drag competition and whatnot, but I think it's a little too drag for this specific challenge. You know what I mean? Like, this was the time to go full monster, and there's still that pageantry in it. And I don't think Dead by Daylight and pageantry mixes at all. So, plus all of the nitpicks about, like, the wingspan and everything. I mean, I love the idea of, like, a jumping or flying attack for the game, but it doesn't wow me. Sorry. Now, Yuri. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I think it's a little similar to something we've seen her in already, but the performance of it, the nails, like, it works. It just works, right? And her likeness is hidden. I feel like with Aunties, you could tell that's Auntie. And with Grays, you could too, but, like, I feel like you would be stuck trying to figure out, like, who's this trying to be if Auntie's character was put in there, With, like, Yuri's, yeah, but I could see it. Maybe not in that dress, but I could see it. So, heading on over to the Boulets judging, they are discussing how usually this episode would be the Last Supper episode, but apparently the fans are too mean to the competitors, and so they flat out say, this is a punishment. Y'all kids, you need to act right. And I think what that was like, Dragula was a well-known thing, kind of. And then around season 4 to season 5, there became the Drag Race / Dragula kind of dueling fan bases. And I think a lot of that visceral reaction that the fans brought was brought from the Drag Race side, because Dragula never used to be like that. And then all of a sudden it became like attacking, That's Drag Race. Sorry. But keep the cattiness over there. That's not what this show's about. But also at the same time, you are running reality television. Maybe it's time to start investing in like a coach or someone to help the queens go through like the social media and everything like that, and how to navigate that, in a way that might be portrayed better or come off better to an audience. Basically, like, these ladies just need some social media marketing and training. Because even like Desiree this season was getting into it with the kids on Twitter, and it's just not worth it, in my opinion. You don't see the Real Housewives like going after people talking ish on Twitter and whatnot. But they also mentioned that usually, and this is true, the last like 3 or so years, they've had a very hard time narrowing it down to a final 3. We've had a top 4 so many times. So this challenge is going to force them to do that. So into their actual judging, they thought Auntie, the kill move was very innovative, but still too clean for Dead by Daylight. But it was very imaginative. Yuri, they thought, performed the hell out of it. And you could tell she was really getting into it. Coming for the Boulets nails, they weren't too happy about that. But they also feel very torn with Yuri. She's doing well now, but the others were doing well consistently, and they want to celebrate her growth as an artist, but you don't want to not celebrate someone else's as well, right? So it's getting down to that point where you just kind of can't be having favorites. So with Gray, they thought it was very small scale-wise, which I would agree, but also that's Gray. He's just a small dude. But they did like the juxtaposition between them and the other cryptids that were chosen. To be honest, I thought Gray was the best one. That's the one I would have chosen just because it's got that like werewolf kind of half man, half beast vibe to it. But it also didn't seem like they had much to say for Gray, which, okay. Asia, they thought was very sexy. She looked right at home in Dead by Daylight, which I would agree. I haven't played Dead by Daylight, but I have friends that do, and I've hung around them while they played it, and it definitely carries the energy that most of the characters in that game do. The secret weapon reveal was so freaking good. I mean, even the Boulets were gooped and gagged by it. And they also talk about how she has just pretty much embodied every single challenge that they have thrown at her, except their little Ren Fair stuff. Yeah, that wasn't too good. Dungeons and Dragons, that's the one. All right, so with that, let's head over to the full judging panel and see what they got to say. So for Yuri, Neo really loved the look, thought it was real cunty. Neo pretty much loved them all, but had really great advice just to hear coming from a winner, Thought it was really out of the box, cool potential for animation within the game as well, blended beauty and horror, and they did say that the performance was the strongest aspect, which I would take as a little bit of shade, but she did good. So they did ask her, though, about her choice of creature, a little shady moment. She didn't know Chicago is in Illinois. Auntie got even more shady about it. It's just, nah. And then for Asia, Neo, of course, again, loving it. She said, cunty recognizes cunty, wet recognizes wet. Oh my god. And they really just had a lot of praise for Asia. Really sexy and slutty, but scary still. And literally looked like it came right out of the video game, Gray, they thought, had a very identifiable silhouette, real world legend with a gray matter twist. Also thought that he was the scariest look, which I would agree. Great weapon. He also had the signature skull patch and whatnot, and it was just good. He had that feral energy. So Auntie, they said, was new. It was on the newer side. But they did say that the edges were too clean. And yeah, that was my biggest, I guess would say, worry for Auntie during this challenge was I just knew she was going to be too clean. Sometimes polish can get in the way from a real good look, especially on this show. But they said that it had high fantasy, high glamour, clean for Dead by Daylight, but it was well constructed. But they also clocked her that it's not realistic for the gameplay because you know, the wingspan and everything, she would not be able to maneuver through half of the map. That's an issue. And so, after deliberation, Asia is the winner, which that's just so exciting. I honestly will probably get the game just to play as Asia and as the Boulets as well. It's going to be really cool. And you can just see like her happiness when they call her name. Like, you can tell she's just like, yeah. But with that means the rest of the monsters are up for extermination. And they will be playing a live version of Dead by Daylight with paintballs. It sounds so much fun. So the cauldron was really, really messy. Really messy. And I don't necessarily like that. Like, if there's going to be drama, I want there to be drama 24/7, not just like when the queens are under the thumb, you know? Because then it's like, they're just stressing out. And I feel bad. Like, they're just really stressed out. And here we are to eat it up, the tea. I do think there were some good points brought up, though, from both sides. But, I mean, I think the writing was kind of on the wall, you know? Right? I think the Frankenhooker win for Yuri solidified that, hey, she can stay a bit longer, but... Right? Like, the top 3 was pretty much carved out from the very frickin' beginning. You knew that it was going to be either Auntie or Pie, and then Asia and Gray. Unless someone else came in and, like, voted one of the heavy hitters out, it wasn't going to happen any other way, in my opinion. But, yeah, I don't necessarily like it, but, okay. Hey, if there was no drama, then we'd be complaining, right? So, whatever. But I just don't feel like going through all of it. It's so pointless. Because it always just ends in everyone apologizing, everyone hugging and making up, and it was never that serious. And it wasn't. It wasn't that serious. They apologized and went on with their day. So, let's do the same thing. With that, let's head on over to the extermination.
This week...
I feel like this would be so fun, you guys. Like, this extermination is just... I don't know as though I'd want to be the one getting shot, but I'm sure it was real fun for production. They were the ones firing, so you know by the end of the season they want to shoot these girls down.
Extermination is a real-life Dead by Daylight challenge. We are going into the game, and we have to find all of these coffins.
See, I love this.
With blood points while dodging paintballs.
I'm a little nervous. I've never played paintball, and I've heard it hurts.
Well, it can. They're up too. Like, oh, it's all different types of elevation. Oh, they're done for. They are done for, dude. You just hear it. Oh my god. All those paintballs.
Oh my god, balls are like whizzing past our heads all over the place. Like, this is that fun punk energy that I fucking love about Dragula.
So I'm dodging paintballs, hiding behind anything that I can find, and this shit hurts.
Poor Gray. Now, we talked about it. He's got the kind of like flesh bodysuit on, so that might help a little bit, but I imagine it's probably pretty thin.
Feels like concrete burn. It's so foggy in here, I can't see where the paintballs are coming from, but they're coming from everywhere, and we're all literally just hiding, trying to dodge them, hiding behind boxes, moving boxes. All I'm doing is dodging
No, you're hiding in the box. Yeah.
paintballs, and I'm completely forgetting the whole point of this. Finding the fucking coffins.
Where's even Asia in all this? Oh, wait. That's right. Duh.
Bitch, I'm picking up poppins left and right. I
On, Yuri. Pick this shit up.
think I'm doing so good. I think it's between Gray and Yuri, honestly. Like, I know I'm cool for this one. The paintballs are so strong, they're going through the cardboard boxes. This is
That's crazy. Yo, nowhere is safe.
madness. How many coffins do I need to find to cancel out how many times I've been hit?
Yuri? Oh, I thought she was in the negative. Well, she's gonna be. Oh.
This has been a lot. I deserve to save because I've risen to every
Gray just crawling around. Oh my gosh.
challenge. I've taken critiques, and that crown has my name on it.
You know what, though? He's got the fur on his knees, so he can just kind of slide. Who do we think it's going to be, you guys? I think it's kind of obvious, unfortunately. Oh, our Yuri. I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall, right? You know, I think a miracle would have had to happen to knock out Gray or Auntie, you know? Oh, this is our first Drac extermination? Okay. It's always Swan.
Are you going to kill me?
Kill you? Yuri, no. That's just for the show. That's a little bit of make-believe. You can actually go pack. You're free to go.
Wait, I love this already.
Oh, and before you go, I just want you to know, we really, really appreciate everything you brought to the competition, and I can't wait to see what you do after this.
Okay.
You can go get packed. You are free to go.
Okay.
Go on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
The music change? What?
I'm not getting murdered.
Yo.
Get out of here real quick before they change their mind.
This is such a vibe shift. I love it.
I never knew how beautiful life was until today. Oops, no, wrong show.
Yo! She was about to do a lipstick message. Yo. That's freaking funny. Girl, the shade this season, y'all.
Guys. Goodbye.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Bye.
How far is this going to go? Is this going to be the one extermination where they don't get exterminated? What's happening?
I have my whole future in front of me.
Best extermination ever. Oh my god. We're gonna miss you, Yuri. Oh my gosh. So, as you saw, Yuri was exterminated this week, which, like I said, writing was pretty much on the wall. It's unfortunate. We are surely and deeply going to miss Yuri. Give her a follow. Give all the queens a follow. Go to the Boulet Brothers Instagram and follow all of the queens. They are all really nice. All of them. Like, talked with many different monsters from throughout the seasons, and all of them are really sweet. But, yeah, next week is the finale. Next week. The show's been over for months. Next episode, we will be talking about the finale, and we're pretty much just going to be doing the looks. I mean, we have 3 looks to look at from 3 different artists, so that's 9 looks total. It's going to take us a while. And there are performances that we need to go into as well. So we're going to just focus on that. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. I also am planning on doing, let me know though. Let me know. Maybe we'll do it, see how it goes, and if anyone has any questions or whatnot. But I did get Zoologist Squid. If y'all know me, you know I love my fragrances and I love my weird fragrances. And I feel like these are highly debated on whether they are wearable or if they are even good. And I would say they are all wearable for individual people. There are some in there that I would not touch. But I did also get like so many samples, you guys. They were running a sale. So it's like if you got a bunch, then they took a bunch of money off. So, I mean, like, ooh. So many samples, so we can talk about them. I think they're, once again, very interesting. Like I said, there are some that I would not wear, like B. Absolutely unwearable, in my opinion, but it smells good. It's not a bad smell, but it's not something that I could ever see myself wearing. But we can talk about that. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe, all that. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.